Well, a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another members-only group flight, our 71st on the 9th of November 2025. It's 26 minutes past 4 in the United Kingdom, 26 minutes late for this live stream. Welcome everyone to Kazakhstan. We'll be flying a crossfire between Almaty and Astana. We're in Almaty. Flight time around 1 hour 30 minutes. Great turnout. Of course, on the ZIBO mod 737, I've got the time 12 hours behind live time because I downloaded Orpha overnight for this sector. The issues I've been having to explain don't seem to be happening at the moment, so fingers crossed I've somehow fixed that issue unknowingly. Sorry for the delay. We have not been home since yesterday afternoon. We went to a fireworks party. I showed you some pictures and general chit-chat, I think, in videos. Stayed at my mother-in-law's, and we went straight from there out for lunch with my stepbrother, who's just announced he's having a baby, so that was very exciting. And then we went for a long walk, a little bit longer than I think we envisaged, and then we got stuck in traffic, and I said to Joe, we're not getting home until 4. That's when I'm meant to be starting this group flight. I drove and then sent a message to all of you, sorry for the delay. So my apologies. I always want to get here nice and early, but it just doesn't work out. We've had a very busy weekend, and with streams just before that as well. It's been a very mental sort of 2 or 3 days, but here we are. Live weather, a bit hazy, a bit smoky here, not quite in freezing and icing conditions, but I think there's some snow for us guys flying from Almaty to Astana today. But yeah, the aircraft's all set up. Just bear with me with my cams. I think that should be working. MCP cam is good. Yes, that's not quite pointing where I wanted it to be. Could have been on my face. There we are. That's slightly better, and you can see my ultra giant calculator in position, ready for today's stream. Perfect. Let's zoom on in towards the ZIBO mod, see who is joining us on this sector. We have Alpaca 2 Tango Lima. That'll be 2 tons. Hope you're doing well. 10 Tango Tango, 9 Papa Yankee, 29 Tango here as well. That's going to get confusing. 28 Delta, Alpaca 1 2, and we've got an Antonov over there. Oh no, just a call sign. Maybe that's Kazakhstan's national airline, I don't know, but it's a few of you already departed. I would have seen you departed had I actually arrived here on time myself. But the ATC was very enthusiastic, the Kazakhstan UAAC, to provide ATC for our sector today, which is great fun. This was actually suggested by Andy, one of our members, to do a group flight here. So fantastic to do a Kazakhstan group flight. Are you going to depart at 16:30 or 15 minutes late? I'll be hard pushed to be on time, 2 minutes, but I'll aim to push back at around 45, 15 minutes late here. Stephen, it happens, Cap. Just glad you're all okay and made it. Thank you. This morning as well. Well, I say this morning, the day before. I've been trying to fix it before I went back out. My dishwasher's broke, so we're having to wash all of our daughter's bottles after they've been consumed by hand. I've already got someone called out to come on Tuesday to hopefully fix the dishwasher. It's only 2 years old, just outside of warranty, of course, so it's £100 call out, and then hopefully nothing too expensive needs replacing. But yeah, just outside of warranty, unfortunately. These things happen. It all happens at once, of course. Who else got here? Chat. Dono Mosina, Simpon Andrew, Lee Russell, Harry Hibbard, John Padfield, Listerman is here as well. Steve, Ben Butler was here at the start of the stream. Catherine, hope you're doing well. Boiling bottles, that takes it back. Well, we've got a modern sterilisers, 21st century now, Steve M. Excellent. Right, let's zoom on into the aircraft, or just immediately jump in. And all the camera positions I had to reset when I jumped in. I've got the latest version, as you can see here, the ZIBO mod, having to reset all of my cameras. So this is 4-0505, so I think the CG might have adjusted or something to adjust all the default camera positions. I think this one's public, which has made some slight changes to the flight model to make the picture a little bit better. Nightbot? Hold on, how did you get Nightbot? You can see I've not upgraded or updated Nightbot here, and it's showing the Tolis Airbus A340. Nightbot doesn't usually work with members-only streams. Does it now work? How on earth does it know I'm streaming? P.S. Do not use Nightbot because I never update it for group flights because historically it's never worked for members-only live streams. My goodness me. I'll have to look into that and make sure I update it for these flights from now on. Nightbot is drunk, clearly. Right, let's get the show on the road. Need to connect the GPU. Oh, I don't know what else I've not done. I've not added the little ZIBO file to start the flight with, but let me just get some ground power connected, GPU connect, go to battery on, GPU's on the bus, and I'll just quickly head over to SimBrief because you have to download a little config file to install into the ZIBO mod, so it saves you having to insert your route manually. So let me just go here. It's significantly disorganised for this sector today. So flight plan downloads. I want the ZIBO mod, download the XML file. I've downloaded it. I need to copy that here to X-Plane 12 output. Oh, is it FMS plans? Yes, there it is, because there's the old file. Replace. Hopefully I don't need to reload the aircraft for that to work. Nothing happened during the test sector. No, not done one. It'll be okay. Battery on, GPUs on the bus, electric hydraulic pumps are on, landing gear lever is down. We then check the aircraft documentation. Why have we got such a blue hue with the displays? Shouldn't be that blue, but anyway, we'll carry on. Safety inspection, then fault and fire tests. The interactive checklist is currently uninstalled because it would seem that my issues of X-Plane have been in relation to fly with lure. Which I do have installed, so I've got the B2 volume control and landing rate calculator, but Laminar said get rid of all of the plugins with Fly with Lure, the ones you don't need, so I haven't got that checklist. It hasn't been updated for a few years. They said with the latest update in X-Plane it's causing a lot of issues having load, so we'll hopefully reinstall it and get to the bottom of the issues I've had, but we'll see what goes on. Right, lighting's good. Squibs are fine. Faults and fire tests. Fire warning light, bell, wheel well light, overheat lights, overheat detector as well. Motor 6 lights armed, fasten seatbelt sign is on. Grabbing the operational flight plan for this sector. So I don't know how good these guys are. This is a dedicated event for us today, and the weather en route here, it's a bit misty and foggy. It's 3 degrees and visibility is greater than 1 statute mile. We have 1800 meters here, so it's not freezing conditions, so we don't need to de-ice or anti-ice. I did a thorough contamination check. Destination weather at the moment, it's scattered 700, a few CBs, okay, so extra weather for potential en route thunderstorms. And let's just select here weather and just turn off that sim for a second. We've got here a hazard for icing and turbulence, and what other hazards do we have? We've got a icing hazard for severe icing. Okay, usually wouldn't take extra fuel for that, but I fear there might be a little bit of en route weather because there were CBs. Now, I had a little look here. My alternate is all the way over there. Uniform November Bravo Bravo. Barnaul, I don't even know if that's in the same country, but it's almost as long as our flight. Resultingly, we have a significant amount of additional fuel already with regards to reserves. Now, I'm not going to put a huge amount extra. I'm going to put 8.8, so that's a ton in the centre tank, which just gives you enough to sort of hold for 15 minutes and decide if we have to divert, because it's going to put us a lot of extra fuel anyway, and landing weight's not an issue today. So let's go with 8.8 on the fuel. Oops, I've accidentally highlighted everything on Navigraph. So let's go down here. I'm going to go to fuel weight and balance, airside services. Hopefully it'll load in the one we've got. Yeah, it has. Excellent. 8.8 and activate. Perfect. So the boarding will start momentarily. Who's pushing back there? I'll tune in the tower. I can hear someone starting their engines. We're on a remote stance. We don't need to push back today. Again, the FPS I've had, 40 FPS is quite low, which I've had in the latest version of X-Plane. We had the issue yesterday as well. So let's now, fueling done, or about to commence. We'll leave the seatbelt sign off for that reason. That's tuned and identified. Flaps are up, which match indicated position. Cargo fire test. Tune the radio in a second. Fire test, bells on. That's great. PHF1 for you, Jim. Rotor on trim 3 and 0. Gear extension doors in. Circuit breakers. Voice recorder on. There we are. Stall warning test. No, it hasn't been 4 minutes since we've turned the power on. Flight recorder checked. IRS to nav. Alignment's going to take 8 minutes. Circuit breakers in. Check the tech log. Aircraft is, of course, fully serviceable at the ZIBO at all times. And there we are. Yes, X-Plane was always heavy on FPS when I used it. Yeah, I don't know. Might have to turn down my 3D objects or amount of 3D objects which are generated, because when we departed Mexico City in the Tonus A340 on Friday evening, I was having a lot of FPS issues. As soon as I was airborne, it was absolutely fine. Right, so ATC situation here. We've got delivery online, we have approach and centre. So let's grab the weather on 129.8. I'm going to shut the door because they're using sledgehammers to clean the aircraft by the sounds of it. And let's grab the latest on 129.8.
Left runway 05 right. Transition level 120 weather. Wind 140 degrees 2 meters per second.
Oh, 2 meters per second.
Visibility 1800 meters. Smoke clouds.
Smoking clouds.
3,000 meters. Broken 6,000 meters. Temperature 3. Dew point -4 QNH 1019. No significant changes. Acknowledge added
219
information.
set with the
Foxtrot.
MCP. MFRA set now as well, whilst we're getting the weather.
Almaty added information. Foxtrot. 1600 Zulu expect ILS approach runway 05 right. Departure runway 05 left. Runway 05 right. Transition level 120 weather. Wind 140 degrees 2 meters per second.
It's very
Visibility 1800
stagnant
meters.
air.
Smoke clouds. Scattered 3,000 meters. Broken 6,000 meters. Temperature 3. Dew point -4 QNH 1019. No significant changes. Acknowledge added information. Foxtrot.
Great, so we've copied information Foxtrot. I'll tune delivery 120.8. We could expect runway 05 left for departure. And we have a QNH of 1019. So I don't have any engine out SID data for runway 05 left. Let's have a look here at the terrain off to the northeast. MSA is 5,600, so we'll climb to 6,000 feet in the event of an engine failure on that heading. SID, we could expect a stop altitude of 9,000 feet, which I can now set here, 9.1, because I haven't got the clearance yet. Okie dokie, verify position. So set the QNH, set the MFRA, got the latest weather, delivery is active. Let's load up the FMC here. So pause in it. Our airport code is Almaty, uniform triple alpha. Put in our GPS left position, route, and we'll get the flight plan request as well. Stephen, yet the builders are back in on the plane, still trying to complete building the extension. Yes, it does sound like that when they're clearly in the background there, the ZIBO are banging around. Let's load in our route, call sign Alpaca 71 kilo, activate, execute. We'll get the clearance now, just to confirm the runway for departure. And I'm on a remote stand, I think it was... there's no stand markings here, we'll have to double check on the chart. It is stand number 52. And who am I talking to here? It is Almaty clearance. Almaty clearance, hello, it's Alpaca 71 kilo. Stand 52, information Foxtrot QNH 1019, and departure clearance to Astana, please.
Alpaca 71 kilo, Astana delivery. Hello, you are cleared. Almaty delivery. You are cleared to Astana South, runway 05 left in use. Departure is Theta 1 Bravo, initial climb altitude 8,000 feet. After departure, contact radar 126.8, squawk 2614.
We are cleared to Astana 05 left on the Theta 1 Bravo, climb to an altitude of 8,000 feet, airborne frequency 126.8, squawk 2614, Alpaca 71 kilo.
Alpaca 71 kilo, report is correct. For startup, contact radar on frequency 126.8.
And for start 126.8, Alpaca 71 kilo. Thank you, sir. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Perfect. So we'll use approach. He's just obviously dealing with the clearance. And we've tuned that up. We've got 8,000 feet set on the MCP and squawking 2614.
Point runway 05 left via apron and taxiway kilo.
Excellent. Right, let me just turn my volume mixer. I think I'm only going to end up being about 15 minutes late. Not bad, seeing that I only arrived home at the time I started the stream. My computer was off. We're very lucky that it all worked. Right, we're being 3 degrees. It's quite cold in the cabin. We'll crank up the APU. I'll just turn the pumps on. I'll come back to the overhead panel. So that's all in. 05 left departure. Activate and execute. The SID, I think, is automatically selected, isn't it? Yes, it is on this one. And the star, we just need to select the arrival. What arrival or runways in use later? We've got 220 at 12 at our destination. And we're expecting a Banos arrival for runway 22. What approaches are available later? ILS. It'll probably be a Yankee approach later from Negmi. Oglop, that'll work. Perfect. So the star we can select is a Banos 1 Golf, then ILS Yankee 22, and then that's fine. Negmi. Oh, I haven't got Negmi there. I'll sort it out later. Execute later. Often we have that when we're a bit rushed for departure. We're like, oh yeah, we'll sort out the arrival later. Oh no, gosh, it's my EFIS. Negmi. Yeah, I've selected the wrong transition, never mind.
Radar contact, continue descent 5,200 feet, clear for ILS approach, 05, radar report established.
We'll tidy that up later, it's good for now. Right, route activate, executed, performance then. Boarding is not commenced yet because it wants me to... Usually says something here, doesn't it? Do I have to put the seatbelt sign off or on or something like that? Usually it comes up, start boarding, do this, doesn't it? Why is it not started boarding yet? Oh, Fly Astana's just gone past. Oh. Yeah, here come the passengers now. Massive stutter in the sim there. Right, we'll put in our 0 fuel weight now, estimated. 57.3. Reserves are 4.1. Cost index 30. We're cruising at 36,000 feet. I forgot to mention, no Formula 1 spoilers. I'm recording the race. This was the only time I could do the group flight.
Is all loaded up and you are good to go.
This weekend. But it starts in 15 minutes. Execute. Alright, now go straight to Negmi. We'll look at that later. Right, performance then. Performance calculator out, so you guys can see it as well. 05 left, 4,500 metres. That's huge. We'll use full length from our position here. It's unlikely we'll have an intersection departure because of our position. Well, actually, no, we will be. Look at that. What we'll do is actually plan. I should think they'll send us that way, but what I'll do is 0... Oh no, oh, I'm looking at the wrong runway. It will be full length 5 kilo, won't it? Looking at 05, right. Okay, sorry, I didn't set that up. So full length, full plan for. So I'll leave it wet, 05 left, full length, winds in, calculate. So flap 5, full thrust with an assumed... Oops. Assumed temperature 49. Great, M191.9 with the bleeds off 91.2. Flap 5, CG's in 5.25 units. Speeds are improved climb. So see how the V speeds will be massively increased because we can do because of the length of the runway and it gives us better improved climb performance. There we are, and trim 5.25 units. Great, that is set. Your dampers on, that's all configured and set. Window heat can go on. It's at 3 degrees, we're actually approaching freezing conditions, so we better put the probe heat on, trim airs on. Set, cruising at 35,000 feet. Destination elevation 1166. Great. Here's my flight directors coming on. Runway QDM 051. You have to turn it in the ZIBO mod. You have to turn the knob quite a lot. It works really well in the PMDG. You have to turn the knob a lot in the ZIBO mod to get the sort of same speed you'd expect. You know, more turns required for the same change. Oops, just realised that's not set to 8,000 feet. Perfect. Bangkok 25. We'll set that to map.
At the hold for runway.
And frequencies for departure. It's an RMP RNAV SID. We'll just tune Almaty 16.4 active.
Roger, hold short on Kilo.
Hold short on Kilo.
There we are. Alright, I have an aircraft that is pretty much set up, ready to go. So, I'll just get New Sky fired up. And we'll request engine start in 4 minutes. 360 was cruise. Sorry, you're right, 360. You're absolutely right. Disconnect the GPU and let's get New Sky up and running. Bear in mind that at the time I started the stream, well, I was meant to start the stream at 4 o'clock. I was only putting the key in the front door of this house. I've managed to get everything done in record time. I'm very impressed. I mean, I was just lucky that the sim started up. I presume that's the correct airport code, by the way. Departure, I'll put 1758. Oh, look, lots of demand. Book. Start flight.
Alpaca 1-2,
Uh-oh.
line up runway 05.
You can only start 60 minutes from departure time. What have I done?
left, Alpaca 1-2.
What have I done? How do I change it? You can't edit it. What did I do? Put the wrong time in. 17. Oh, I put 1758. You prat. Oh no, I put the wrong time here though. It's meant to be 1658. I don't think it matters what time the sim's in.
063.
And again.
Identified. Climb uninitiated flight level 120. The contact.
I don't think it matters what time the sim is, does it? I think it's based off actual Zulu time. 1659. Let's try one more time. Yay! Perfect. Right, I think I've caught up, guys. So as a quick gross error check, I do shortened briefings for you guys. Did say a ton, really? Come on, ZIBO. Whoa, what's happening to my fuel? Why am I being defueled? Hey! I put 8 tons, it's reducing the fuel, 4.4. What is going on? Hey! I put... got a leak. What did I say? 8.8. Oh, it's now refueling. Great. How do I do it instantly? I've been defueling. It's going to be one of those days, guys. Sim time is 12 hours ahead. Sim time is 12 hours ahead behind. I think it's behind. Not sure. Right, whilst I'm now refueling again. Wait, it stopped at... Why is it so slow? Has it got to like realistic refueling? It's a good job I spotted that. I think there's a quicker way of dealing with this.
Behind departing company traffic line up 05 left.
It doesn't break it. Yeah, look, I've cheated. I've sped up the fuel process. Vince Carr, you've just joined as a member. He's probably not watching, but he's just joined in the background, and I hope you can see the stream. Welcome, Vince, if you're here.
Alpaca 10 Tango, request taxi.
Alright, great. Center tank bombs can come on, so we'll have a ton in the centre. Right, I'll carry on as I was with the briefing then. So just as a quick gross error check. Houston brief OFP. Ground distance is 554. Flight plan is 550. We now have at least the reserves on board, 4 tons. It's going to stop at 8.8. Instrumentation's looking good. QNH 1019. Emergency briefings discuss what we do in the event of an engine out SID. So we discussed off to the northeast. If we have a look here, MSA is 5,600. We'll climb to 6,000 feet. Make sure we make a left turn northbound in any case, not south where there is terrain. The taxi is going to be a self-manoeuvring stand engine start. We're actually facing south, and then a very short taxi left turn kilo.
Flight deck fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Wonderful. SID been cleared on an Astana 1 Bravo. Astana 1 Bravo is
disconnected and starting refueling.
What? It's defueling again! No! What are you doing? What?
Ground flight deck refueling terminated as requested.
Yeah. Leave me alone now.
Arabian 253,
Disconnected and starting refueling.
No! It keeps...
Flight
It's
deck
broken.
disconnected and starting refueling.
It keeps trying to defuel my plane. What is going on? And it's... How do I cancel this? Is that...
Ground flight deck refueling terminated.
Yeah,
as
that's done
requested.
it. I had to cancel that, guys.
Ground flight deck hose disconnected and
Oh! What is it doing? Keeps trying to take fuel off my plane. No! How do I've terminated the flight. Terminate flight leg. Ground services. I just turn off everything, ZIBO. Oh, I can't even cancel it. Hopefully it's stopped. No, it hasn't! What is it doing?
Arabian 253, do you have new salary?
Okay, stop. Right, let me just
Block
connect. Refuel.
Alpaca 9, Papa Yankee, runway
It's
05 left.
Ah, it's broken. How do I refuel the airplane? I can't. It's stuck on defueling. Fuel truck. I can't cancel it. I've set 8A. And it's just... Oh, wait, it's going up. It's going up again. It's going up, guys. Ah, right. Let's just check this SID and get out of here. Itana 1 Bravo. Itana 1 Bravo. End of runway. Alpha 008. 240 knots back 3,300. And there's a left turn climbing to an altitude of 9,000 feet. The transition altitude is 10,000 feet. Why is set 5187? I don't know, but we'll set 10,000. There we are. Now it says 9,000
ground flight
feet.
deck fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
7.3, 10,000. I always think that sounds like...
Disconnected and starting refueling.
No! What's it doing, guys? Right. It keeps going and defueling the plane. I'm just gonna start the engines and hopefully that'll go. Radar, hello. It's Alpaca 71 Kilo, stand 5-2. Request engine start.
Alpaca 71 Kilo, Almaty radar, hello. Start not approved.
Start approved, Alpaca 71 Kilo. Alright. Hopefully this will work. Right. A transponder out off. Starting engine 2. I've finished briefing the SID, but I keep leaking fuel and it's obviously a bug at the moment with the mod. What's minimum block? I'm now below minimum block fuel though. I've got doors open over there. It might be enough to get rid of the ground crew.
Ground flight deck refueling terminated as requested.
No, it's not requested. Hopefully this will get rid of all the ground. It's add-ons. Right, retract. Closing the doors. Alright. Starting engine 1. Right, I've got rid of the fuel truck. Now I'm just going to manually put in the fuel 8888. I've never seen that happen before. Has anyone got this version of the mod? This isn't cheating, guys. This is what I would have requested. 88. Boom. Done. N2. Oil pressure M1.
10 Tango, wind correction. Runway 05 left, clear for takeoff, wind 180 degrees, so 1 meters. Runway 05 left, clear for takeoff. Alpaca 10 Tango.
Right, what's the visibility here? It's 2,600 meters, so we're not in freezing conditions, so we don't need to do the before taxi freezing conditions check. This is actually just icing conditions. Not ever had that issue regarding fuel def loop. Yeah, it must be this version I've got. Right, it's stopped defueling, everything's disconnected. Just want to make sure I've got the correct payload. Uh-oh. Oh, my parking brake! Why am I going forward? What a calamitous flight this is. Right, and the zero fuel weight is wrong as well. That's meant to be 57.3. Let me just update that. I'm just gonna go 55.3, guys, so it all match my speeds. I am lighter than planned.
Alpaca 10 Tango Tango, I'm sorry, reason for
This one has a
cancel
reported
the
takeoff for
call
that.
is in front of you, very low speed traffic, I don't see him.
Uh-oh.
No problem, Alpaca 10 Tango Tango.
Sounds like having stored a nightmare. Right, there we are. Perfect. Right, need to catch up here. Right, parking brake is set. Everything is set. Speeds. I've updated the weights right before taxi flow.
Alpaca 10 Tango Tango, runway 05 left, clear for takeoff, wind 18.
Yeah, we're in icing conditions.
Clear for takeoff 05 left, Alpaca 10 Tango
Flaps
Tango.
to 5.
Alpaca 28 Delta, behind the budget traffic, line up, runway 05 left.
Oh yeah, it's a parking brake going in. What is going on with this add-on today? Alright, there we go. Rudders, right and left. No, I'm not got something's setting off the parking brake here. Recall. And then we read the before taxi checklist. Alright, 27 minutes late.
Thank you and goodbye.
I think that was the airborne frequency or the next one. And Alpaca 71 Kilo stand 52 request taxi.
Alright, call station taking only call sign.
Alpaca 71 Kilo.
Alpaca 71 Kilo. Taxi to holding point runway 05 left via taxiway Kilo.
0.05 left line taxiway Kilo, Alpaca 71 Kilo. Alright, it's a left turn for us. Turn off and taxi on. Parking brake release config is checked. Let's hopefully have all of the eventfulness out the way. Clear right, clear left. And we've left the stand 27 minutes late. I've done MOGFs where I've had to leave stand an hour late because it's been so busy. So we're alright, we're alright. I don't know what's going on there. That fuel bug was very interesting. I mean, I reset all of the tablet, cancelled the flight, and it was still basically, once it got the fuel I requested on 8.8, just started defueling again. Very bizarre. Right, so it's low visibility here, but it's not low visibility procedures. We've got 2,600 metres visibility, so it's more than enough for a Cat 1 ILS, which only requires typically 550 metres. So it is a bit misty and murky, but this is an airport which would be under normal operations right now. And very short taxi to our hold point, which is just here at Kilo. So there's a Cat 2, Cat 3 hold point, which you'd use for LVPs. I can't actually see the Cat 1 hold point, but I'll just hold it here because that's the only hold point I can see. Right, before takeoff checklist config, we've checked flaps. We have 5 green lights, stab trim set for departure 5.25 units. Takeoff briefing. Pax auto bleeds on V speed set for departure 50, 53, 59 set. It's going to be a Itada 1 Bravo climbing to an altitude of 8,000 feet. NADP will treat it as NADP 2, so we'll accelerate at 3,200 feet. And the engine outside procedure will climb straight ahead to 6,000 feet, which is the MSN. That's reviewed. Cabin is secured. Checks complete. My bleed valves are cycling open and close. It would do if you added thrust, not at idle. All temps nominal with such short taxi in the 738. Yeah, unless it's incredibly cold, you're never going to have issues with oil temperature. The LEAP 1B is a little bit more susceptible to it. You have to make sure the oil temperature is above 31. But yeah, anything above -10, you're not going to have an issue.
Runway 05 left, clear for takeoff, wind 180 degrees, 1 meters.
Bit of weather around his side slip, Steve. Uh-oh.
Alpaca 71 Kilo behind departing traffic, line up, runway 05 left and wait behind them.
Behind the departing company traffic, 05 left, line up and wait behind Alpaca 71 Kilo. Right, he's moving, so clear line up and wait. There we are, that's all working. MCP is set, transponder, TARA, strobe lights on, waiting for takeoff clearance. Catherine, the en route clouds in the cruise in X-Plane 12 are just ridiculous. I'll have to have a look at it. We're at the latest version of X-Plane 12. Now, I can't remember how you do it, but I think there is a way of turning down the... you know, you have the G-loaded camera to turn down its sensitivity after we've landed, because I think it's in the menu somewhere. Can someone remind me how to do that? Because I found it's a little bit too sensitive at the moment. There you go, look, I mean, I barely pushed the brakes. It's like, oh! It's like I hit a speed bump. Very good, guys. Here we are. Back at 28 Delta has just rotated in his max. Weather radar's on. That should be in the cow position. And we're ready to go.
Alpaca radar, hello, it's Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo, stand 5-1, request startup.
There's our friend Andy. He said he was going to come right at the end of the stream.
Alpaca 2 Delta, passing 4,000 feet.
Alpaca 28 Delta, radar contact. Climb unrestricted flight level 120.
Climb unrestricted flight level 120, Alpaca 2 Delta.
Here we are. Very, very washed out in the cinema though.
Yes, good evening, request startup, please, stand 5-1.
Alpaca 901, correction 9 Alpha Kilo, startup approved.
Startup approved, Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo.
It's getting a bit of spacing, I guess. So the Interlagos Grand Prix would have started now. Oh, no spoilers, no spoilers. At least we're not defueling continuously. No, it's building a bit of a gap here, isn't he? You see the departures there. Yes, we've actually done the reciprocal sector from Astana to Almaty in the Felis 742 probably about a year ago. So I have done this on the map, this line, but I hadn't done the reciprocal sector. First time into the capital. This is the largest city, I think, Astana. Ben, but why is there loads of jet fuel over the runway? Yeah, why is there a Shell lorry still attached to my wing?
Alpaca 71 Kilo, runway 05 left, clear for takeoff, wind 180 degrees 1 meters.
05 left, clear takeoff, Alpaca 71 Kilo. Landing lights on, clear takeoff. Let's go to Astana. A little bit more on edge number 2. Stabilised. Takeoff thrust indications normal. Oh, got a lot of left rudder in there. It's like there was no wind.
80 knots.
Checked. Release forward pressure. Loads of left rudder. It's only a little bit of a quartering tailwind, but nose is coming up on its own. Shouldn't do that. No, come on, ZIBO.
E1. Rotate.
My nose is already off the runway. No deadband. What's happened to the flight model? What's going on? Didn't have to pull back through. Things have changed in this.
400.
Hell nav. I'm just having a little play with the pitch, guys. Still lacking. It's better, but lacking a little bit of pitch authority, but much better than it was. Right. Might get negative points
1,000.
there. Bug out. Negative points on New Sky. There was no deadband on rotation, and the nose was popping up about 20 knots below VR. It just came off the runway because you could hear it, which was an issue the mod had a couple of years back. Bugged up speed check flat 1. Okay, that's looking better. Loss of massive loss of lift. The flat retraction flaps up. The acceleration was good though. command A, and vertical speed 3,000 feet per minute.
Radar Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo, request taxi.
2,000 feet per minute.
Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo, taxi to
Max speed 240 knots for the first turn, so I can bug that now.
Taxi, taxi Kilo, actually.
Sorry about that. It's a very quick test to do in the mod with Sea Picture Authority. Obviously, never done that in the real aircraft, but I have done in the level D, so I've got a rough idea of how it should feel like. It was fine actually. Pitching up, which is one of the weaker areas of the mod, was actually good. It was the pitch down; it didn't really make much change. Okay, approaching 1 to go. It's 9,000 feet stop altitude on the SID, but we're cleared only to 8,000 feet.
1,000 to go.
Check the ice is on. Do a little flyby. Now back at 7.1 kilo, approaching 8,000 feet. Uh-oh.
Alpaca 71 Kilo, radar contact. Climate identified flight level 120 and contact
1,000 to go.
Jet Center 132.850, goodbye.
132.850, climb unrestricted, flight level 120, Alpaca 71 kilo. Set, 120 checked, Townsend to vent, VNAV. Restrictions have gone. Great, set standard, passing 80 for flight level 120. Still you have to take off checklist. Gosh, I love my MCP. Great. Water brake, off, gear off, engine anti-ice is on, air conditioning pressurization. Trim air is on. Diffs 2.5 climbing set. Altimeter standard set, passing 90120. I thought I could see land ahead a second ago, now we've plunged back in IMC. Oh, crikey. It just disappeared like that.
Clear takeoff to southwest Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo.
Seems to be going in and out of IMC. It disappears and then comes straight back. I think we can leave the engine anti-ice on. Right, what was that frequency again? VS 2,000 feet per minute. And we can accelerate to our econ climb speed now of 266 knots. Yeah, what's going on with the weather? It's clear 1 second, foggy, and then look, it's got foggy again. It's like, what's going on? Right, airborne frequency, what was that frequency? I completely forgot. I'm on my own, remember, as we all are, single pilot. Was it 132850? Yeah, thanks. Something weird's going on with the weather as well.
1,000 to go.
Check. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? 32580. Losing the plot. Feet per minute. This is Asia Center. Interesting. And I got the wrong frequency. 850. Oh my god! What is wrong with me today? Baby, I've got baby brain. But the weather is very strange in the sim. That we're outside the icing conditions now on top of it. But it's sort of like hazy 1 second, and I can't see anything. It's been completely clear. Shut the door, I think.
Asia Center, good day. Alpaca 14 Charlie is flight level 370.
Great ATC, fantastic.
Alpaca 14 Charlie, Asia Center, hello, identified.
Asia Center, hello, it's Alpaca 71 kilo, just level 120, and we're on the Itada 1 Bravo.
Alpaca 71 kilo, Asia Center, hello, via seat climb flight level 360.
Via SID climb flight level 360, Alpaca 71 kilo. Alright. Oh, it's got to rotate that so much. So there needs to be like a little update. On the PMDG it picks up every individual click, here it doesn't so much, but there we are. Set 360 is set once, twice, and 3 times. Yeah, it's clear again. Lovely ortho. And it's raining, even though Oh my god, there's a tornado. There we are. It's raining, but there's no precipitation clouds. Interesting. Right, 360 set 3 times. 1.5, there we are. Some weird little explainisms going on today. Getting good performance now though, and the Orpho's looking good. Yeah, that is concerning. I don't know what that is over there. I've not seen a cloud like this. Interesting. Shots of cloud. Oh, it's disappearing, I think. Yes. Oh, there's a A320 over there. There we are, on our way, guys. Meanwhile, my Orpho is... Oh, night, yes, sorry. Who here's flying live time? Night flight would be. I just thought I'd just crank it back 12 hours. It's a different part of the world, don't often fly over. I can relax now. It's been very, very... Oh, the last 24 hours have been incredibly busy. Push the heading book. Just relaxing back in my office chair. It's been busy. Busy few days. I've done a lot of streams. It's been good fun. I loved the overnight 340. My landing. The morning wasn't that great though. My go around. And then our failure stream, which wasn't too bad to handle. Very good. Simpilot Andrew, having a physical MCP is awesome, makes it so real. Yeah, it's a great addition to the setting. I'm beginning to realise I've got it. Instead of going for the mouse and MCP on the screen, I'm using my physical MCP. Steve says, as long as you aren't flying into it, will be fine. That and a nice cuppa and you'll just be fine. My wonderful wife Jo said, you go start your stream, Sam, and in about an hour I'll bring you a cup of tea. I was like, deal. It's great. We're so lucky with our daughter. She went to the fireworks yesterday. I put the video on general chit chat. She was so... we call her CBA'd, can't be asked. She was just like, she was asleep. And then the fireworks started going, she woke up just staring at them and just like, okay. Put little ear protectors on her so it wasn't too loud for her. Oh, Simpilot Andrew, I think, did you... Was that for me? 1 kilo, I heard 1 kilo. Sorry, was that for Alpaca 7, 1 kilo?
9 or 1 kilo
at Lucas. It's a 9 or 1 kilo. Oh, look at it, I'm miles behind. Pre-cruise checks now, so fuel, full pumps, lights. Load off. APUs off, pressurization 6.0 set, climbing. Recall is next, seatbelts, auto, cabin release, checks pockets.
Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo, Asia Center, hello, climb flight level 360 via SID.
Steve, see, she knows Wave of Christmas lights too, she'll love those. Yes, at this fireworks they had a merry-go-round and obviously all the bright lights and sounds was transfixed. And we're making a real conscious effort for the first 2 years to have no screens. So it's very easy, you know, obviously check her phones and whatnot, she starts looking and then she's grabbing it like, nope, go away. So we're trying our best to do that. So she comes into my office and sees all my screens, she's like, oh my goodness. Catherine, hope you're well. En route weather has significantly improved towards Almaty. You're going southbound next Expo 12. Those ridiculous clouds have disappeared. So we're going northbound towards CBs. And we're 12 hours behind live time right now. So it's 5:15 Zulu in the simulator. It's 17:15 Zulu in real life. So I'm trying to work out what the time is in the sim. So just be like here, NQZ, that's our IATA code for Astana. So it's 10:16 in the evening, so it'll be 10:16 in the morning here in the sim. Andy, look at your YouTube handle, amcool999. God, I didn't even recognise you to start with. This has been painless so far, famous last words. That's been my stream so far. A very eventful setup. Plot that frequency. Good luck into Astana, thank you. Let's have a little look at what the weather's doing as we approach Atada, termination of the SID. So right now, showers of rain and snow. 220 at 12 meters per second. So what's that? It's almost quite blusterous. 25 knots, isn't it, or so? If you double it. Scattered at 800. CBs 9 and 9 and 9er on the altimeter, which we can preset now. Oops. Lovely. So we've got some winter ops. I don't know if X-Plane's going to give me a contaminated runway. It has a habit of, if there's snow, it immediately contaminates the runway with it doesn't look like snow, but the braking action's not great. So we might have to use reverse thrust down to a stopping assured height. Approaching some cloud. Let's just check the outside air temperature. It's minus 46. So at this temperature, once it's below minus 40 and the cruise will climb, we don't turn engine MTI songs. It's so cold. None of the invisible moisture will adhere to the airframe. John Puffer, do you have enough fuel to cope with all this weather? I did manage to manually, using the iOS and X-Plane, put in my 8.8 tons of fuel. So we need 4.1 to divert, and we've got 4.9, so it gives us 20 minutes holding. Outside we've just got, wow, it's like sort of tundra and desert. It's an interesting landscape. I remember when we flew in the Felis 742. There we are. Bank angle 10 degrees. Yeah, so anyone know anything about how to fix a dishwasher so I can cancel my engineer call out on Tuesday? I even downloaded an app, the Siemens app, and I connected my dishwasher to my Siemens app, and it had a software update. Listen to this, my dishwasher had a software update. How does a dishwasher need a software update? Anyway, I did that, still didn't fix it. So essentially what's happening is, you turn it on, you can hear it starting, you hear the water going into the bottom, but it's the water's coming out of the spinners. You know, you have a spinner at the bottom and the top, but it's not spinning, so there's insufficient pressure, and you can hear the pump going, but I just think the water's just not coming out. But it's not an old dishwasher. I also found out, my app told me I've done 630 wash cycles since I've had it. But dishwasher DLC to wash dishes. Did you turn it back off and on? Yeah, done it at the wall, but I think I looked it online and it said on ChatGPT or Google GPT or whatever it's called that it's a common issue with the Siemens that where was it here? Check the sprays aren't blocked, which it wasn't the case. They're absolutely spotless, so keep my dishwasher clean. It's likely to be an issue with the alternating diverter valve, which is a common issue on Siemens, which basically alternates water flow between the upper and lower spray arms. Kind of gets stuck or faulty. Water won't be directed with enough pressure to the relevant arm, preventing rotation. So water comes out the arm, but it's just not at the pressure that allows it to spin. So we put the cycle on, it's just not cleaning it, so water fills with hot water.
Over to Astana, control
But it's a Siemens is a good brand. But of course, it's a 2-year warranty, and it's literally 2 years and 2 months old. Rang them up, yeah, out of warranty. It's a mandatory call-out fee. I could have called a third party out, but I was like, no, I'll just get Siemens out. To be fair, they consider me quite quickly. Limescale. I don't know, no, there's no limescale. I used plenty of water softener, salts. I use dishwasher cleaners. Literally, it's spotless inside. I empty the filters every month. John Padfield, what's an you're pulling my leg, aren't you? Yes, the alternating diverting valve. That old chestnut. But I said to Joe, look, they'll come out. Obviously, it's a call-out fee. If they, whatever needs to be replaced, we'll have to just sort of pay it away. But I won't get another one of these because of my old dishwasher from my old house. I lived in, I had for 8 years, and it wasn't even a good brand. It worked flawlessly for that entire period of time. Again, just made well maintained.
Good evening, up at 716, level 370, just passed with you.
No, but water's not that hard here as well, right? 4-2 Merv, I hope you're cleaning the sprays. Yeah, the sprays were immaculate. I took them out, both the top and bottom, unscrewed it, and there was nothing in it at all. Completely clean. Spotless. Every month I put it on a machine clean with one of those, things you buy from Tesco or your other supermarkets are available. You put it on the bottom spray and you put it on a machine wash, it's very hot, and just put some chemicals there. Alternating valve is a dishwasher diverter valve that controls water flow between upper and lower spray arms, ensuring both are used in sequence. YouTube has a video on how to replace that. Oh really? Is it a hard job, Steve? Could you send me a link to that? Because I can cancel them in 48 hours. So I have to call out fee. I tried everything first. Have you tried a hammer? Brilliant flicks. Anyway, here we are, 36,000 feet levelled off. So once you get to cruise and operator, go to M1 limit, select max continuous thrust, just check your modes, LNAV, VNAV. Pressurisation's all good. We've got aircraft obviously going in the opposite direction from the group flight. We've got Alpaca 596 somewhere off to the left. Can't see any contrails. Oh, maybe I can. There you are. Hello. It's Alpaca 596 here. That is checking my list here. It's 596. Can't see that on my list of people participating. Oh, I can. It's Catherine. Hello, Catherine. I know you're watching. That's me. Howdy. Safe flight into where are you going? Almaty. Just type alternating valve in a dishwasher in Google and YouTube. There's a lot of information rather than a single link. Yeah, I've got to find the exact dishwasher type. But, I've never had an issue with any of the dishwashers I've ever owned. To have one that's quite new and apparently a good brand to break just outside of warranty after not a huge amount of washes really. But you don't realise. This is really we're lucky to have a dishwasher, of course, and washing your hands by a dish by hand. It's not an issue, but when you obviously got a baby and all the bottles and whatnot, it's a right pain. Ciao, Edo. Ciao, ciao. I can see the black smoke pouring out of the back of your MD-80. Don't think he'll see us. I flashed my lights, Edo. Jump out my plane. There we are. Choo. Can't hear it. You'd definitely hear those old engines spinning off. Catherine, well done on your first ever group flight. I know you said you're a little apprehensive, but really well done. It's I remember when I first logged on to VATSIM as a qualified airline pilot when I did my first streams. I was very nervous as well. Stim, yeah, get the model of the silver plate of the dishwasher for specific information. I bet you can get a replacement fairly easily. I mean, I'm presuming this is the issue, of course. Yes. Much more stressful test sector for all these aircraft. That's the part of the fun, mixing in with everyone. But yeah, my apologies, guys, for the late attendance here. And I managed, just before the stream, I got back to my computer on. I processed all of the last swap requests, so the ticker and those who participated to enter the giveaway should be all up to date. X-Plane, by sheer luck, fired up first time. I was concerned that wouldn't work, but it worked when I installed all the ortho yesterday morning after the A340 stream, and it fired up fine. So yeah, thanks for bearing with me, because it was, I didn't drive 1,000,000 miles an hour here to obviously speed and whatnot, but I wanted to get back as soon as possible. Steve, is that a code on its display that told you that? No, oh, there's literally no. The dishwasher's showing no fault codes at all, so it will complete the wash cycle. And it's obviously all digital with apps and whatnot. It thinks it's a successful wash. It doesn't realise the arms aren't spinning properly, but you can hear the water coming out of the arms. You open the door and they're not spinning at all because I left them in the same position. There you are, 777-300. Oh, look at that beast. Oh no, sorry, is that a... It looks like a 7.6 in there, but that was Alpaca 9.6. I love the group flight crossfires where the sectors are right at the airways are right at the top of each other. So cool. Alpaca 696. That's Bismarck. Looking good, sir. Edo just passed beneath me. Very good, Andy. You're going to have Alpaca 696 Bismarck go above you. Just behind me. Listen, yeah, they are. So it might not be, Steve, this alternating valve. This has got all dishwasher talk, hasn't it, in the stream? So yeah, the arms are designed with the angle when the water goes through to spin. So it could be a pump issue. Like there is insufficient pressure. But that's why I've got to get a guy from Siemens to come and have a look at it, really, because it might not be. I just don't know what it is. But I've checked all the arms, I've had them out, they're spotless, not a single bit in there, no eggshells, nothing. And I'm a bit, as you probably guess, you know me for a while, very OCD. You know, guess what I like to do before I put my dishes in the dishwasher, waste even more water? I have a very clean dishwasher. Much to the bane of my lovely wife. She's like, stick it in, it'll be fine. I do, John, I do.
Alpaca 696, do you have Boeing 737 at flight level 360 just below you?
Otherwise it smells, doesn't it? Dishwasher starts smelling after a day.
Yes, Alpaca 696. So after passing in, traffic is no longer affected. Continue.
Another aircraft coming in. Oh, you can see all the inbound traffic. Look at all this aircraft. Fantastic.
After passing,
There's 2 tons. Now is 2 tons doing a shared flight on this one? I bet you use a toothbrush. I'm not that bad. I use a microfiber cloth all around the side. See how, John, I like to clean my filter. I have it all out every month. All out. Put one of those wash cycles on with that very expensive thing you buy from Tesco with the blue and yellow liquid in. It does a good clean. That's 48 Foxtrot. On the radio right now to Astana. Beautiful. 48 Foxtrot is can't see on the list either.
It's the direct to Alpaca 48 Foxtrot. Direct to Usuga, Uniform Sierra, Uniform.
Flicks, ever seen a commercial dishwasher after a day or two? You'll start cleaning your one at home. And I remember the one in Morrison's when I used to sell my chickens. Used to clean all the silver trays in and whatnot. Yeah, it was pretty gross. 2 tons in an Airbus.
Alpaca 3 Delta Oscar on conversion, maintain speed 280 knots. Correction 270 knots due to traffic for
Oh
separation.
yeah, 6:05. Got about 35 minutes to descent.
Alpaca 3 Delta Oscar.
Well, look at the landscape down there. Here, this controller's got a lot of beeping in the background. Are those traffic conflicts?
Alpaca 596, high speed approved.
Awesome. Well, after a bit of a turbulent start, we got away. We're a third of the way along our sector.
596, cancel speed restrictions, high speed approved.
Speed restriction cancelled, but on high speed, Alpaca 596.
Oh, there's Alpaca 14 Charlie.
Asia Center, Alpaca 56 Mike.
That's awesome. We had so many aircraft fly past on this crossfire.
Alpaca 56 Mike, Asia Center, hello identified.
I mean, generally we do overloads. And it's nice that we all sort of converge into one airport, but the crossfires are cool. The weather's getting a bit interesting ahead though. Got the weather radar on, but nothing painting. Oh, Steve, is that you, sir? Good day. Looking mighty fine.
596, clear direct, go slow, descend 5,000.
See if the conflicts or people stepping on each other. Ah, that's what those noises are.
Trip goes slow down to 5,200 feet on 1019 of Alpaca 596.
Cool. So we're going to have a very chilled day tomorrow. I'm back to work on Wednesday, but I've got some standby, so hopefully a stream or two again.
Alpaca 14 Charlie, expect ETA 1 Papa arrival, LS05 right, clear direct, Usuga.
Weather radar it up, Jim flogged the dish. 42 Mev, do you have a list of add-ons you use to explain? I'm looking to explain as my next sim after 2020. Yeah, so I don't really have add-ons per se. It's Kazakhstan Airline, is it? Kilo. Don't know what that call sign is. I've got a jumbo up there. Oh no, an 80. Is that an A380? Ooh. UAAA. That's a Qatar? Don't see many A380s online, that's cool. Yeah, so I don't really have add-ons per se, 42 Merv, but you want to have a look at plugins. So I have this XA Snow, which adds snow into the sim, which is great. XP IPC is an old utility and plugin which I use for the overlay. This overlay here, which provides information to that. That's the only reason I have it. X Checklist, which I used in the A340. This is for the radio tuning panel. X-Pilot for VATSIM. Avitab is a must, absolute must. A lot of add-ons use it. So adds the ability to look at PDFs and charts. Better pushbacks a must. Fly with Lua is something that reads these Lua scripts, which adds features in there. So again, you might not need it, but I have this volume controller, which allows you to control the X-Plane 12 volumes. Without having to go into the menu. And the landing rate calculator. Pretty much it. There's that chunky A380. So notice how it's not appearing on TCAS. It's because it's more than 3,000 feet above our present altitude. Even though it looks just a lot closer. So that's Qatar, is it?
Alpaca 596, report your speed, please.
Speed 280 knots, Alpaca 596.
Thank you. Alpaca 3 Delta Oscar, can you maintain 260 for me for separation? 260, Alpaca 3 Delta Oscar. Thank you.
Perfect. Well, we've got some weather ahead, but nothing painting on the weather radar.
Alpaca 696 on conversion, maintain speed 270, please. Alpaca 696.
UAL is United, they don't fly the A380. Okay. Simple Andrew, got time for a question? Absolutely, I'm here for you, sir. Having issues with my tiller. It's like I'm driving a car not turning as it should. Any advice? Now, I don't have any tillers or have used any tillers in desktop simulators. The real tiller is quite physical input required. and you should be able to sort of, you know, move it and get the nose will move accordingly. I mean, I don't know what your issue is per se. You're saying it's like driving a car and not turning as it should. How fast are you going when you attempt to turn? If you're in the PMDG, it can be a little unrealistic. But yeah, if you go full left or full right in the tiller and you're doing less than 4 or 5 knots, you should turn on a dime pretty much.
Maintain Mach number 77, please.
Maintain decimal 77, Alpaca 12.
Yeah, so Andrew, if you put some pictures on Discord, hopefully we'll get something that will help you, but I've never actually physically tried it. Josiah, hello down there, boss. Are you about to fly past as well? Is that you in Alpaca 716? It is. Hello, Josiah. Looking good up there. Terrible choice of aircraft, but I'll let you off.
Papa Yankee, maintain decimal 8.
Maintaining Mach decimal 8, Alpaca Papa Yankee.
What happened to the contrast? Weren't they like for each engine, or has it always been an X-plane, just a white line for every aircraft?
Alpaca 4, Foxtrot request descent.
So this weather, if you're in the cruise at 36,000 feet, you've got clouds like this, you want to keep quite far away, especially that black hole. However, the weather radar is painting absolutely nothing. I mean, I'll have a little play with it. If I turn up the game. Nothing. It's picking up absolutely nothing.
Alpaca 3, Delta Oscar, continue descend, altitude 5,200 feet.
Let's see what happens when we go into it.
200 feet, Alpaca 3, Delta Oscar. QNH 1019. 1019, Alpaca 3, Delta Oscar.
If I've had issues with these clouds, let's have a look, see how bumpy it is. There's a little bit of light turbulence, you can see. These are things I like in X-plane. You know, when you go through clouds, you're getting some turbulence, which is quite realistic, but this is just light chop. You know, it's nothing uncomfortable, or you put the seatbelt sign on, but oh, it's getting a bit bumpier now. The speed's pretty stable, so it's just some light chop.
Alpaca 14 Charlie, descent flight level 130.
Yes, Simple Andrew, let's have a look. And probably a good idea to contact or liaise with the manufacturer of the tiller. I don't really have space for one. I've always had it linked to my rudder pedals, which is fine for me. Obviously, we use a tiller in real life, but yeah. Stephen, would it not get wet as you fly for it? Not at this altitude, this temperature, it'd be all ice crystals, but you probably wouldn't get this sort of cloud this high unless it was a CB, which it looked like, but yeah, it's minus 61, it's actually very cold. Cold air here. Well, the seatbelt signs are, ooh, it's getting a bit more choppy.
Alpaca 696, reduce 3250.
There's no thunderstorm or a sail would return on the weather radar quite clearly. Nothing here. Love this turbulence though, very good.
Alpaca 696, you can maintain 260.
Stephen, never bought a tiller, too expensive, would rather use my pedals and spend the money on some other add-on personally. Absolutely, it's all preferential.
Astana line 321.
Yeesh. There's Alpaca 56 Mike coming into view. That's David 757. He's pretty much active on every single group flight. A fantastic presence from David. Just about to fly right over the top of underneath us. Can't see him obviously because we've got this light turbulence. See the wing jumping up and down. That's completely normal. There's a great add-on, Aaron. The G camera, love it.
Radar 126.8 you. 126.8, Alpaca 2 telescope, copy. Alpaca 696, contact Almaty, approach 118.3 you.
That's wicked.
Alpaca 696.72, approach 118.3.
Bit bumpy. So that's now continuous light shot. Very little speed change. You get large speed changes in some altitude change. You get more moderate turbulence. Severe is more aircraft's not really controllable, which I've never experienced in my career. It's getting a little bit more light. I wouldn't say it's moderate yet, but it's getting a few little. You can see the bumps are getting a little stronger. David, it's very choppy for you. Ah, yeah, we've just flown right under me, sir. We're right in the same weather here. So you can see we're getting a little bit roll induced as well. So this is becoming more light, very occasionally moderate. Speed's pretty stagnant. You can sort of see the bit of roll. The aircraft sort of deviating from the flight director slightly. Woo. Might be a bit of a turn there anyway. Yeah. A little bit of a turn for the waypoint, but lumpy would be a great way of describing it.
Papa Yankee contact Astana control 132.8. Astana control on 132.8 for Alpaca Nana Papa Yankee. Thank you very much. Good evening. You too, bye-bye. Alpaca 12 contact Astana 132.8.
Ah, there we are. Look, out the cloud.
Astana,
Smooth.
132.8, Alpaca 12.
Yeah, I love the turbulence in the cloud. Very realistic. But that one looks apocalyptic out there. I wouldn't want to be up at this altitude flying around clouds like that. Well, fuel's looking good, 6.5 tons. It's 4.1 for our alternate. And we're just about approaching the halfway point. But yeah, Mog F-72, I'll have to start thinking about that, and it'll be the Christmas one we always do something a bit different. We start doing a longer flight, or 2 sectors, or something like that, but it'll be the 72nd Mog F, marking this is the 6-year anniversary of doing this. Aaron, never experienced realistic turbulence like this at Microsoft Flight Sim quite just. Yeah, they've never quite got that right. They've always come to how the realistic turbulence is not realistic at all, and there's no turbulence caused by sort of cumulus style clouds. It's CBs or just cumulus.
270, roger, thank you. Astana Line 321, при конверсии скорость 280 узлов.
Yeah, Steve, it looks nice, doesn't it, when you break out of the cloud? Same in real life. Sim, your setup then, you've got Tiller as part of the full captain side cockpit, overhead MCP, EFIS, main panel, throttles and radios. That is impressive. Yeah, unfortunately true, Aaron, unfortunately true. Dual FMCs on your setup as well. Wow. That's mega.
5542, clear direct Akira.
Let's go back into the soup.
Alpaca 14 Charlie, contact Almaty approach 118.
Hello M3 Talai, hope you're doing well. Good day to you.
Approach 118.3, Alpaca 14 Charlie, bye. Bye.
Bye. Yeesh. Yeah, that is scary. Oh my goodness. Feel like Independence Day when they're flying into that UFO in orbit. My goodness me. It's like I'm flying into a cave. Right. I definitely want to be going out this way. It's interesting, that's for sure. Oh, precipitation. Crikey. Oh, Martin, no, your sim crashed. Oh, sorry to hear that. Ah. The worst. Oof, it's gone so dark. Not been lighting on here. But again, it's we saw rain outside. There should be no rain here. It's minus 61. Looks like you're entering a nebula. Oh, sorry, someone shot me down. Poof. There you go, a little bit of turbulence again. Martin, will you investigate my crash? What sim was that? I'm sure if you post that in Discord and explain and ask that question, you'll have people that will go and have a look at it and can sort of work out what it is. Some can, some can't. Just lit a candle for some reason. I've got this candle in my office. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. There's a candle there. It's an electric lighter. It's very satisfying. It leaves a nice smell. Explain 12. Yeah, post that in the Explain channel in Discord. Uh oh, Simba, you landed, but a 10. Not a 10, sorry. Skill issue on my part. Uh oh. What aircraft did you fly? 350. No, you were going to change it, weren't you? I did see your request to change the type, but it was only 3 minutes before, so I left it. $340. Centre line, touchdown. Aaron, yes. Aaron, yes. I have lit my candle for the passengers in the back. Hang on tight, everyone. Unbelievable. No, it's just a nice smell. Crikey, look at this, a bit rough. Well done, Captain UI5EX. Down and clear, time for classified. Very good. Well done on your first group flight. And, as I said earlier, a little apprehensive, but you did incredibly well. Well done. John, don't worry. Your wings are falling off, I have a little candle. Did I tell you guys the story a long time ago where a passenger gave us a picture of Jesus Christ and wished us the best on our flight? Did I tell you that story? I think I did, a long time ago. I've got a picture, I'll try and find it later, I'll share on Discord. Because I put the picture here above the ISFD of Jesus. I think it was Jesus. Or the Lord, I'm not sure. But, you know, gave us blessing and whatnot.
United 1156 on conversion, maintain speed 280.
Looking more modern now on a pitch change. Yeah, again, more light chop. Generally with turbulence, Aaron, it's exaggerated by flight crew. If you actually look at the definitions of turbulence by ICAO, you'll find it helpful. Turbulence intensities. I'm trying to find the IK circular. Skybury will have it. There we go. Seatbelt sign is on 42 Merv. It's crazy sarcasm, it was a smooth flight. John thinks you've been frustrated. It's that confident you thinks you might need divine intervention. Yes, it seems so. Web server is returning an unknown error. Can't go on Skype apparently. Here we are, yeah. Turbulence intensity classifications. This will do. So light, which is what we have now, is slight erratic changes in altitude and or attitude. These are erratic changes, you know, quite uncomfortable. When you actually look at moderate, oh, this is a slightly different definition. There you go. Moderate changes in altitude and or attitude. Aircraft remains in positive control. Variations in indicated airspeed. We've got very little variation, and this is defined as unsecured objects dislodged, food service and walking difficult. It's sort of borderline moderate, occasional moderate, light occasional moderate. Now severe, which I've never experienced in my career, is large abrupt changes in altitude and or altitude, large variations in airspeed. Aircraft may be momentarily out of control. I've never had turbulence where the aircraft's been out of control. Food service walking impossible. So you literally would be on the floor. Now extreme is a new category, which is where you know, yeah, structural damage likely, aircraft is impossible to control. Strong desire to land, I've never seen that before. I have that every day. Severe actually requires a mandatory inspection from engineers post-flight to safety report. Strong desire to land inside aircraft. Yes. 132.82 and continue to Lucas, Almaty 71 kilo. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, this is getting moderate now. This is getting moderate. Just with the camera movement alone. Wait, 132 decimal? Well, it must be 8.
United 1156, maintain speed 280 indicated, contact Almaty approach 118.30.
Was it Almaty approach? I can't see that frequency. What was that frequency he told me? 118 what?
Alpaca 72,
It's like click. God, it's not clear.
Alpaca 782, cleared of traffic.
Must be 132.8, but that was the frequency I was on.
Descent flight level 130, Alpaca 782. Alpaca 716, same to you.
I just have to confirm. Almaty control. Let's have a little look at the map, some map down. Yeah, 132.8 is the frequency, but that was also the one I was on earlier. Maybe I pre-tuned it. I'll try 132. So if this was real life, I'd report moderate chop, continuous light chop, occasionally moderate turbulence, but there's no point because half of Microsoft Flight Simulator. But yeah, now you can see sort of large variations in roll. 42, yeah, the physical airspeed is good. But in real life, when it's turbulent like this, when it's moderate turbulence, it's difficult to actually see the instrumentation sometimes. Press the button you want. Astana, hello, it's Alpaca 71 kilo, maintaining flight level 360, and we're inbound Nemku.
Alpaca 71 kilo, Astana control, good day, maintain flight level 360 and expect runway 22 via Banas 1 Delta arrival, ILS Yankee approaching.
Expecting the Banas 1 Delta for ILS Yankee runway 22. Thank you, Alpaca 71 kilo. Ah! I can't bet. So yeah, it can be like this in real life. This is a challenge to press the buttons.
Just requesting descent. Just out of interest in terms of conversion, currently decimal 72, what would be conversion at speed we would like?
Ah.
Alpaca
Banos 1 Delta, so it's not this start.
Speed point 78.
That one. So Banos 1 Delta takes me to Negmi. And then we've got, there's no Negmi transition, is there? Oh my days. I can't actually, can't actually select it. I don't want ASDET transition. I can't physically click the gonna have to turn it off for a second. Can't even remember how to do it. I'm gonna have to turn it off for 2 seconds, guys. Where's Oglub? Right, I'll turn it back on now. Got Oglux and Oglup. Oglux Negmi. Then that says Oglup Negmi. That's interesting. Ah, there's Negmi. So let's just go Negmi. Oh, let's get rid of the 3. Negmi, previous page. Oh, what? What do you mean invalid? You should be able to put it there. There we are. I think I fixed it. Oh my god. Oh, right. Do we have to do this full point merge? Oh yes, unfortunately it does start that way. But this looks similar to Dublin. Basically, we're going to route in a straight line to Charlie Charlie. 222, flight level 140 hard, and then it's just basically a point merge arrival. You maintain 140 around this arc, and then they'll peel you off direct to CC 240 when they're ready. Hopefully direct straight away. 9,800 feet above checks in the FMC. We've got 242, 82 to 72. Oglux 6,700, max 250. Negmi, max 230, 5,200. 5,200. So it's all coded correctly. We've got this point merge, which is very common in an RNP arrival, RNAV arrival. And then we go basically via Negmi onto the approach. Now I'll try and put my fixed rings in. Oh, I can't. There we are. Oh, this is. I can't do anything. Let's turn it off again. Right, runway 22, 10. What's the weather like there? 5,000 metres, showers of snow and rain scattered 700, so it is IMC. 5 miles from Guinea, flight 15. We're at 36,000 feet, so 3 times the height. 108 miles. Roughly where we'll stop on 20 cents. Okay. Onto the ILS then. 117 to the ILS frequency. I'm going to have to set that using the radio tuning panel, so I can't actually tune it. Box 2, 117. VOR Astana on standby, 14.4. 14.4. So the ILS is actually 117, course is 215, which I can set on here. Oh, we can set both at once, look. That's satisfying. Just went a little bit too fast. At the minimum, looking here, they have got Cat 2, Cat 3, but LVPs won't be enforced with that weather. Still fine for Cat 1. So 1358, 200 feet, 550 metres. So let's set Cat 1, minimum is 1358. Now, because it's above 10 degrees, we don't need to make any cold temperature corrections. Oh, it's too slow using the minimum slates, so we're going to have to turn off the turbulence cam. Set that manually, because otherwise, oops. Otherwise I'm here all day. Minimum is 1358. Turbo's back on. Seems to be a little calmer than it was. Alright, high terrain, not really an issue. 3,200 feet to the north, 2,600 feet to the south, but it is a high elevation airfield, but it's just flat. Probably a bit like a plateau. I'm going to get vectors or come in via Oglup. After Oglup, I'm going to go direct to Negmi, from Negmi onto the ILS. What's going on with the weather radar, by the way? This is meant to be an ultra-realistic weather radar return now. Since the updates. The cockpit's gone all dark all of a sudden. Just going to whack up the gain. On manual. So 35,000 feet, no weather. Okay, we've got here 19,000 feet, 18,000 feet, 17,000 feet. Okay, so it looks like the top's at 17,000 feet with a rain. A solid yellow return though, I don't think it's realistic. And if you put it up at 36,000 feet, there's no returns at all. So this could be just light turbulence en route now. Definitely not as intense as it was, but I don't know why we're getting this green arc. That's unrealistic. Anyway, we're going to come on to the ILS. It's a 3-degree path. That should be in the FMC. Yeah, 3 degrees, perfect. Down to the minimums. Have to go around. This approach looks very straightforward. Climb on track 215 to 4,000 feet. After climbing at 1,800 feet, radar vectors will be provided. So it's just a straight line. Use heading select. Happy days. Fuel 4.1 for our alternate. We're on with 4.8, 700 kilos extra. Ton to burn 4.8 to 5.8. Landing weight is going to be 60.1. What's going on out there? We're doing performance landing. That'll do. Runway 22, wet, wind. It'll be at least a headwind of some sort. Yeah, 230 at 13. I'll just leave it blank. Temperature 2,999. So we're in freezing conditions after we land. Yeah, light showers of snow, so we'll be QNH 9 at 9 at 9 at. There we go. Now, X-Plane could be doing its thing where it gives you a contaminated runway. I've had that before when there was a little bit of snow and reported the runway was wet. So, temperature 2, temperature's 1. Has anyone ever heard of the Kelvin spread rule? And if so, could you let me know in chat what it is? No, 18999. Oh my god! Sending it to the depths of hell. Thanks. I'm trying, but 2. That's better. So I presume it is contaminated using Kelvin spread rule. If you could look up the definition so you can educate yourselves and all. Look, we can talk about it in detail. But the runway here is nice and long, I think, as well. Yeah, 3,500 metres, but we're going to use actually flat 40 because of the potential for a slippy runway. I don't want to break 3. If we can vacate Charlie, great. If not, we'll just have to go to Delta. It's more than long enough. We've been very conservative with the performance by putting no headwind component in. So flat 40 on a break 3, great. That's on a wet runway. We've got no option to check performance for a contaminated runway. So there we are. 60.1, flap 40 on a break 3. Happy days, checks complete. And descent briefing as well. Don't look at ChatGPT. Martin says if air temperature 3 degrees or less, and the dew point's within 3 degrees of that, the assumed increased risk of slippy runway due to frost and ice. Very good. So Kelvin spread rule is a rule of thumb in slippery conditions where, let's say the runway is reported as wet, the temperature's 1, the dew point's 1. We're a little bit more conservative with planning. It's optional, it's pilot sort of preferred, but it's basically saying, look, the runway might be more slippery than what has been provided to you information-wise. So I have a personal rule of thumb is if I fall within the Kelvin spread rule criteria, I reduce the braking action by 1. So if it's 5, I'll presume it's 4. If it's 4, I'll presume it's 3, etc, etc. Remember, according to Cat 4131, you need to state the unit after the 999. Yes, sorry, 999 hectopascals. You're quite right. whenever it's less than 1,000. Controls will pick you up on that. In the UK, they always pick that up. Added 30 meters per second, 25 knots. Yeah, that's it, roughly double it. Thompson's coming up. I think we've flown past the last aircraft going inbound to Almaty. And we're about to start our descent on this point merge arrival. Great to see so many members watching. 50 of you. Thank you very much for popping in this evening. Hope you enjoyed the chilled vibe as we fly through light, occasionally moderate turbulence overhead Kazakhstan. My Ortho 4XP tiles looking beautiful here in embedded CB. The cruise with absolutely no weather radar returns at all. Really, in Simbear says in the Middle East they've dropped the requirement to say hectopascals under 1,000. There you go. Well, the UK will always be the last to change anything. Oh yeah, a little altitude deviation there, so this is now moderate. Crazy sarcasm. I wonder why it's called not called Kelvin or called Kelvin spreader. No idea. HPA hectares fruit pascals. Pastels. Unbelievable. Lee Russell holds onto armrests, stops nearby child from being shaken out their seat 2F. But yeah, nice and chilled. That's a little smoother now. Back to some light sevens. I'd say it's pretty good. Oh! A bit of blue sky. Oh really, it was the rule was developed in Norway apparently, well, we used to calculate landing and takeoff performance using something called the Talpa matrix. It was all changed a number of years ago to something called GRF, Global Reporting Format. It's basically to standardise it worldwide. So braking actions are reported from 0 to 6. At my operator, it's prohibited to land when any time the braking action is reported as 0 or 1. So we need 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. 6 is dry, 5 is wet, 4 or less is contaminated, and with lowering levels of contamination. Or high levels of contamination, the lower the number. Talcum matrix, behave. Talpa. There we are. I'll let the packs use the toilets for a bit. Oops, there you go. So remember, the ground distance here, the initial descent is very high, 132, because we've got that, excuse me, full point merge arrival, but I anticipate a shortcut. Behave, Lee. Behave. 71 group flights. 71. That's nearly 2 and a bit months. 2 and a bit months of MOGF every day. Every 6 years. Bonkers. Let's request descent. Alpaca 71 kilo, request descent.
Alpaca 71 kilo, descent level 250.
Descent flight level 250, Alpaca 71 kilo.
Alpaca 28
Set out at events. There we go.
124.6. Alpaca 28 Delta, contact Astana approach 124.6.
71 episodes and 6 seasons, no end in sight. It will never end.
Alpaca 28 Delta.
It's 28 Delta here. Steve, they're all merged from investigations, several air transport accidents and serious incidents that occurred in Norway, many were related to insufficient function of runways. Yeah, absolutely. So, runway excursion is the most common accident in commercial aviation. So, going off the end of or side of a paved surface. Typically the runway on takeoff, but it also includes taxiways. And in more cases than not, it's because the runway is contaminated. Cloud ahead looks funky. I quite like this. This sort of All that behind, not so great, but this sort of overcast, it's quite, yeah, it looks quite good. Trying to keep clear of all social media posts because of the Formula 1. That race is going to end in the next 15 to 20 minutes. But anyway, yeah, I mean, obviously don't fly in Kazakhstan, so Astana, large international airport, reasonably straightforward. But one thing we can talk about is landing in freezing conditions. So really, in flights, right down to touchdown, nothing really changes from normal procedures. Just anticipate icing and conditions in the descent, and potentially the need of wing anti-ice, which wasn't frequently used, so be vigilant of ice building on the aircraft. But on landing we have a slightly different taxi inflow. We hold the flaps at flap 15 if we feel that it is going to be contaminated with snow. If it's just freezing conditions from fog, we can clean the flaps up. If you're going to have landed on a contaminated surface full of snow, I'd probably delay flap retraction until the engineers have inspected the flaps after landing, or I've had a good look at them. And we leave the engine anti-ice until engine shut down. It used to be taxi on standby, we now leave it on and then turn them off on the stand. Essentially that's it, and obviously the whole de-icing procedure, I've done a dedicated stage event on. Probably as we come into the winter operation tonight, start flying winter ops, I'll do a stream just to practice myself. So yeah, if you have any questions about winter procedures, feel free to ask in there in chat. Yeah, someone said there was, I think it was Edo was saying in Discord, there was snow on the ground in Astana. The cloud directly ahead does look interesting. We were in life, would you expect a sharp ridge like that in distance? No. That's just X-plane. Being X-plane. Oh, is the air flat? No. Martin, when you took off for Astana, there was snow. Ah, interesting. Yes, let's see what happens when we fly during that. No weather retains. No weather. No weather radar returns on the ND. Try and say that quickly. Looking good so far.
9 Alpha Kilo request descent.
Is Andy behind us?
Alpha Alpha Kilo descent at 250. Descent flight level 250, Alpha 9 Alpha Kilo.
I've just started the Banos arrival. Not to scale, but...
Alpha 71 Kilo, contact Astana approach. 124.6.
124.6, Alpaca 71 Kilo. Bye. Want to go, so no restrictions, so I'll select vertical speeds. 1,000 feet per minute. Takes some energy out of the aircraft, 250 knots.
1,000 to go.
Checked.
Speed currently 250 knots, Alpaca 10 Tango Tango.
Alpaca 10 Tango Tango, if possible reduce speed to 30 knots or less.
Back angle 25.
We can ideally take 236 because 235 because that's my wind speed.
Okay, so 240 or less.
240.
Just having stalls on a big jet.
Tango Tango, thank you.
Standard approach, hello, it's Alpaca 71 Kilo, just levelling off flight level 250 on the Banos 1 Delta for ILS Yankee runway 22, information Delta, 9999 hectopascals.
Alpaca 71 Kilo, thank you so much. Hello, you're identified. Proceed direct Charlie Charlie. 7,000 feet, QNH 9999.
Send 7,000 feet, QNH 9999, and just confirm the direct, please. Alpaca 71 Kilo.
Alpaca 71 Kilo, Charlie Charlie 240.
Direct Charlie Charlie 240, Alpaca 71 Kilo. So 7,000 feet is set QNH 9999, 24,500, 7,000 feet.
6,000 feet by QNH 9999.
No flags down until we just checks. Was that... What one was it, guys? Because obviously I'm doing the job of... ATC pilot 242.
Report your approach speed, please.
You are my gyms.
176.
It's a straight line for now, so I think it was 240, wasn't it?
Alpaca 12,
Yeah.
are you able for 180 knots until 4
So
miles?
that knocks out the arc, and it's straight in, and that's only left us 600 feet high. And that's the beauty of these RNAV arrivals. Shortcuts don't massively impact your profile because of that 130 restriction of 221 and maintaining it all the way around.
Reduced to 180 knots.
Go to VNAV. It's going to go to VNAV path. Should go to speed. We had this issue with the Discord stage event. It should go straight to VNAV speed if we're high, not path.
You're cleared for the Isla Tank approach on way 22. Continue descent
Cheers guys,
3,800 feet.
there we are, VNAV speed. It's a bit slow.
Yankee 22, continue descent 3,800. Alpaca 10 Tango Tango.
And it's going to convert to path once it's on path. And we're actually going to be at the correct speed whilst we're on path as well. Great. There we are, VNAV path, and this is going to stay in arms to keep the thrust idle and maintain this idle descent speed. Great. Just coming into cloud, so engine anti-ice on. Regardless of temperature, we always turn engine anti-ice on in icing conditions in descent because obviously it's getting warmer.
Alpaca 10 Tango Tango, are you able for 150 knots? Yes, we can. Alpaca 10.
Is it common VNAV? It is Tyler Wiley, yeah. The ZIBO one has common VNAV, which works. It's just a bit slow to revert to VNAV speed when you're high. It says path for about 10 seconds. Should go straight into speed if it's above vertical profile.
Alpaca 12 is fully established.
We saw the learning curve happen here. You wanted to set the altitude in the sim and remembered you have an MCP. I did. Moved a bit closer to my desk.
Runway,
Which I keep forgetting. No, I can bring this to me.
Oh my gosh. So again, the runway and please land.
Runway 22, Alpaca 12.
Sorry about that. Runway 22 clear to land. Alpaca 12.
I've done that.
No worries, sir.
Again, interesting clouds.
Alpaca 12 and expedite vacation after landing,
It's
please.
interesting. It's like mountain wave.
Expedite
I don't think it
vacating
is.
Alpaca 1.
Might as well keep the engine anti-ice on. I'm just going to go straight into this bit here. Ah! That was my autofront coming off because I was just matching the thrust levers up.
Alpaca 9, Papa Yankee, taxi to stand from 1, 2 via Papa Bravo. Stand 1, 2 via Papa Bravo, Alpaca 9, Papa Yankee.
Okay, good guys. So I should probably mark the first sort of approaching freezing conditions or winter ops, I should say, this side of this year.
Unfortunately, you will not manage to land right now due to traffic, so go around now as published, climb 6,000 feet on the runway heading.
Who's going around? Uh-oh.
Climb 6,000,
Having still going around. Ports Chief Pilot. Great, now I've got weather on the approach.
Flight level 250, inbound Charlie, Charlie 220.
And then bit by bit, put the seatbelt sign.
Alpaca 9, Alpha, Kilo.
Great, boys here, the weather. So again in here I'd be considering holding off the approach now, but we saw what happened in the A340 stringer, so the weather literally moves instantly. No weather at all, and then all of a sudden there's weather on the approach. Great. Well, it did say there were CBs forecast, and right now it's showing on the METAR CBs as well. Light showers of rain and snow. Fantastic. I'm just going to plough for it because I'm in a sim. But in real life, that would be a hold off the approach. Now, you could, if you were visual, request a 4-mile final, do a visual approach if you stay, you can guarantee you stay on the weather is a bit tight, and that is moving away from. Look, you always look at the wind vector, and it's moving away, but it is going to move over the approach path. So the airport's clear, but it's unfortunately blocking the approach path. Just turned off the turbines. I like it. The way. And I love how you get out the cloud look and it's smooth. That's exactly as it would be. Oh my gosh, I've got some magenta returns here. Hold on, have I got the gain turned up high still? Aha! Ha ha ha. Let's have a look. Oh, it's still really strong. What in the world? Why is it not changing with the gain? That's stay away, that is. That's stay away weather. Great. Well, the gain doesn't work. Maybe if I turn it all the way down to minimum. There we go, perfect. Fixed. Let's go. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite work like that. Leave it in the calibrate position. Well, I could be boring and hold off, but that would be, I must confess, not what we do in real life. However, in a desktop simulator,
Alpaca 10 Tango,
we could disregard such rules.
Approach, left heading.
But yeah, that is 100% hold. That is 100% hold. We'll just wait until that moves out of the way. We're in 3 miles of the final approach course. Red. You wouldn't be shooting an approach. Llama SOP, keep going. Well, I'm actually curious to see what happens when I fly through in the sea. Could make it actually uncontrollable.
1 kilo, continue descent 6,000 feet.
So 6,000 feet. Alpaca 71 kilo. 6,000 feet checked. Yes, maybe we could have that turbulence intensity inside aircraft. What was it? A strong desire to land. I love that. Yeah, 2020 is going to be smooth, isn't it? What's the point of flying if you can't feel the air you're flying through? Absolutely, and that's one of the limitations of Microsoft Flight Sim. This is great. This level of turbulence now is very realistic, to be fair, if we're going through this sort of unstable air, a lot of CP activity in the area. It would be lumpy. So yes, let's enact Llama SOP and disregard all weather radar returns for this approach. It's the beauty of desktop simulators. Can't lose my job. There we are, passing 10,000, 6,000 feet post-cruise checks. Fuel's good, 5.4 tons, lights on. Verify the engine anti-ice is on. Bring anti-ice. Actually, you know what? Is that the sim doing its icing thing with the whole wing is white? I've had that before. Put the wing anti-ice. I've had this before, where it simulates icing by just making your wing white, which would not happen. It'd be the leading edge. But yes, it's a very defined. Oh look, it's just like that, the wing anti-ice has cleared the entire wing. That's what it does in X-Plane. That's highly unrealistic. This is not heating at the top, it's just the leading edge. But it works. Pressurization is good, belts on, recoil, 10 minutes sliding chest. Light magic, let's have a look at the top of the wing. It's clean! Great, keep it on that. Jim hit the de-ice boots, yeah. And a broom, he's just got back off the wing. Right, approach checks. I don't think there's any DME on this ILS, is there? No, it's local only. So we've got the idents though. India Alpha. Oh no, we don't. We never had it. India Alpha kilos. So this restriction we're coming up to. Banos. You see, we have to say the VNAV's done a great job today. We need to be below 8,200, but that leaves us a bit low. So watch VNAV here. It's going to level off once it gets to 8,200 feet. Perfect, that's really realistic, and it's going to maintain that altitude until it starts descending to go back on path. So we don't want it to level off because I want to do a CDA, so I'm just going to go VS 500 feet per minute. You can bring up your MCP cam here, and that way we can sort of maintain a CDA, and when we're back on profile it's fine.
Are you able for approach now?
Yes, we are able.
So that weather's actually, the returns improved slightly. Still amber and red, and with CB's forecast, you definitely want to hold off because that's a sign of inclement weather, but looking good.
020.
Jim, see ya. Yeah, he's out there with a broom. It's very effective. But you can see, I think, isn't this icing in the ZIBO one, how it models it around the edges here? It's still clean on the wing, but the window he's got a little bit there. Going back on profile, let's go back to VNAV, and it'll start descending on path. Literally saw runway at minimums, really? What sim are you in, Sasha? You should have seen it before that. Broken 700, 5,000 metres, yeah. The minimum's 200 feet above the ground, so you should see the ground about 30 seconds above minimums today. Weather's looking a bit better yet. The red return's gone more yellow, but I'd hold off still. But the return you're getting here wouldn't change like this in real life. It's a slow change.
Alpaca 1 kilo, continue descent 3,800 feet, clear the Yankee approach runway 22, depart established.
Descent 3,800 feet, cleared ILS Yankee 22, call established, Alpaca 1 kilo. It looks damp on the windows, yeah, there's a bit of humidity. I think it's just a bit of icing model, isn't it? Oh no! Jim, get back on the wing! It's a very basic way of modelling icing. But I think it massively impacts the performance of the aircraft in X-planes, so there you go. I've just missed it, but clean.
Left 360, Alpaca 10.
The icing is serious, you know, it must be maintained and managed. Excellent VNAV performance with the mod today. Look at that, it's putting straight onto the glide slope. Nice headwind here on base. We'll open the speed window, bug the up speed, and I'll go flat 1 now. Speed check, flat 1. We're using a flat 40 landing, so we're not sure how the runway is going to be down there. We're going to leave wing anti-ice on. You typically wouldn't do it because the ice would melt, flow back on the wing, and refreeze. But you just, with X-planes weather modelling, you just don't know what's going on. Flat 5. Speed check.
Alpaca 10 Tango, report speed.
Well, alarm approach.
234, Alpaca 10.
Heading 215. Localizer glide slope capture 215, and the missed approach altitude is. Oh look, the weather returns now fine. It's more just rain. Missed approach altitude. What was it? 4,000 feet. So, Alpaca 1 kilos fully established. ILS Yankee 22.
Alpaca 1 kilo, continue approach runway 22.
Continue approach. Alpaca 1 kilo. Should we Martin, seeing your AI watch gave me an idea of your heart rate. Should we have a look at my heart rate right now? See what it is. Current, it's working out.
Alpaca 10 Tango, from present position.
90 beats per minute? Oh no, 78. Oh no, currently 90, 88. It's all this stress streaming. My resting rate today was 61 beats per minute. I have a very low heart rate. I went down, I always have had low blood pressure and low heart rate. It's not that exciting, you see. But my resting heart rate is usually about 60, 61.
Alpaca 10 Tango, reduce speed 220 knots.
220 knots, Alpaca 10.
I don't know what's going on now. This is not realistic at all. It's like, looks like footprints in snow. So, yes, I'm half tempted to turn it off. We went from red and magenta to green and yellow. A great question, Christian. How long would you leave wing anti-ice on for real life until ice is no longer visible? Pretty much. You've got a good view of the leading edge, as long as you're not in a very dense cloud. But if you leave it on for a significant period of time, what happens is the ice on the leading edge continuously, whoa, where are we going? Continuously melts, flows onto the back of the wing and refreezes on top. So it's used as a de-icing tool. Once you've used it, typically 25-30 seconds, I'll then turn it off and then use it. It's not prohibited to be using it as an anti-icer, but it's preferred to be used as a de-icing. Unlike engine anti-ice, which is always an anti-icing tool. We never want ice on the cowling. Quite strong headwind here, 33, so our ground speed is just 152 knots. Bumpy as well. But yeah, I'm leaving it on here just to keep the top of that wing clean, because I think when you get that white block of ice on the top, it's like you have severe icing. Martin said, question about weather radar, could it be that magenta part is just weather above you now? No, not with this weather radar, it should be just always based off your current present position, unless it's a bug with it. Right, we're going to configure at 5 miles because we are in IMC today. Oh, there we are. And then we've got snow. Look at that, XA Snow app.
Papa 9 Alpha Kilo, reduce speed to 180 knots
Nice.
or less.
180 knots or less, Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo.
Goodness knows what the braking action will be like. Yeah, Brendan, nice. It is very nice modelling of the turbines, agreed. But the weather forecast is great. Very well presented. There's the lights coming into view and the pappies.
Papa 10 Tango Tango, speed 180 knots until 4 miles.
Still can figure out 5 miles.
180 right to 4, Papa 10 Tango Tango. Papa 9 Alpha Kilo, reduce to minimum of our speed.
Alright, get out. Flat 15, match speed. Landing checklist. Star switches, continuous, recall, check. Speed brake, arm green lights.
Papa 71 Kilo, surface wind is 230 degrees, 13 meters per second, runway 22, clear to land.
22 clear to land. Alpaca 71 kilo.
Papa 28 Delta.
Star switches,
for you, gate
continuous,
number
recall,
2
checks.
via
Speed brake, arm green light. Landing it down to the brake 3 set, holding flaps. Flap 25 initially. Below 162, we can go straight to flat 40. It's quite windy. I heard many meters per second. I'm bugging your plus 10. Flaps 40. 40, green lights. Lights are on, checks complete. Alright. 5.2 tons of fuel on board. Happy days. Here we go. Ah, yes. What if I disconnected?
1,000 feet stabilized, Mr. Burchell.
Pilot disconnected. Yeah, let's see how slippy this runway is. Obviously, desktop simulators, we can't really accurately model contaminated runways, certainly not online on VATSIM, where they're all going to vary per sim. But X-Plane, if it's generally weather like snow and cold conditions, it just makes the runway like ice. So we'll use max reverse thrust and see how the stopping performance is. That looks great with the ortho and the snow. Flat 40, the pitch and power. 62% roughly on the horizon, the altitude. Wind's quite steady. Gusting or changing direction. Looks like they fixed that issue in X-Plane, which is great. I'm sending it much higher then.
400.
Rate of descent, back on profile, no 1,000. There we go. Drifting off centre line.
300. 100.
Check.
200.
Check. Speed.
Minimum.
Continue.
100.
Check. Oh, it looks really slippy.
50,
Dive for the threshold
40,
there. Whoops.
30. 20. 10.
Speed breaks up. Reverses. Well, the reverses are very effective, which they always are at these speeds. 100 knots. 80 knots.
80 knots.
Usually wouldn't completely cancel reverse like I have done there. We just try max manual braking. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, braking contamination's fine. We've got braking forwards. What a lovely landing.
Continue approach and maintain minimum of our speed.
Audience approach speed and continue approach Alpaca 9 Alpha Kilo.
Perfect. Well, we stopped at Bravo. No problemo. So I'm just taking it nice and steady off the runway, just in case it's slippy on the apron and taxiway. Obviously in real life you've got a really good impression of that with the slush and snow. Maximum speed we have when it's contaminated is 5 knots everywhere. Alpaca 71 kilo, runway vacated. Almost.
Alpaca 10 Tango Tango, surface wind is 240 degrees, 13 meters per second, runway 22 clear to land, and expedite vacating please.
Clear to land runway 22 and expedite vacating Alpaca 10 Tango Tango.
Alpaca 71 Kilo, welcome to Astana for you gate number 1 via Bravo, Papa and Hotel.
It's now 1 via Bravo, Papa and hotels. Alpaca 71 kilo, thanks. Ooh, stand number 1. Bravo, Papa, hotel, so first left. What's that about chat when he might skip his dishwasher? Unbelievable. Right, this is just stock scenery, but I think someone's given... oh no, hold on, we're going to leave it. No, we can clean up the flaps. You have a little look. Oh, I love all these little bits of snow on the runway and taxiway. It's great. So yeah, you know, careful consideration given to freezing conditions, whether to clean up fully with flaps. But I'm happy that the runway was clear of snow and ice.
Expect weight, wind in clearance.
And we're happy to clean up. So what else do we need to do? Transponder out off. Want to brake to off. Trim reset 4 units. Which pretty much is. Trim is a little bit off there. Next right is hotel.
1202, currently 3,800 feet.
It's off 4,100. 100 knots here. And then we're going to leave the engine and wing anti-ice on until we're on stand. Steady. Leave these in continuous, great. Probe heat stays on in freezing conditions as well. Great, we're going to get on hotel stand 1's right in the corner of Terminal 2. Nice landing. It was a lovely butter, but I did dive. The mistake I made, I didn't dive to the threshold purposely, but I let the aircraft sink. You actually want to maintain 2 reds, 2 rights, so you're 50 feet over the threshold. Ducking under the glide last second is not desirable at all, in case there's any obstacles near the threshold. It's a bad habit some pilots get into when flying onto a runway that's short. Yes, of course, we want to make sure we land on the aiming point, but you know, if you start being below 50 feet above the threshold, you just expose the aircraft to undesirable situations. Winter's definitely arrived here in Astana, that's for sure. Don't forget it would be 6 o'clock in the evening otherwise. Start the APU. I'm happy we don't need wing anti-ice anymore. V-Sky check, do you have a document for Winter Ops pilot training in Discord? No, I just follow my operator's SOP, but if you have a look, a V-Sky check at my members only stream, members only videos, my first Discord stage event, I think, or second or first, was a Winter Ops event 2 years ago. I went into a lot of detail in that. Should give you some information on how to operate the aircraft in winter conditions.
Thank you for cooperation. For you, gate number 3 via Papa and Hotel.
Cut part next to me.
3 via Papa and Hotel, Papa 10 Tango Tango.
Right, it's just stock scenery. It looks really good. This has definitely received some attention from someone.
Thank you very much.
You can tell, look at that wind moving that snow across as well. So when we're in freezing conditions, we don't do single engine taxi. I got rid of that plug-in actually with the marshalling. I should get that back installed. I think that was causing my issues, but taxiing very nicely. Very zen. Very chill taxi this is. I'll probably get defueled now I'm back on stand. That issue we had earlier, my goodness. Right, parking brake set. 2 blues, 1 red. Engines are dead. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Astana, the capital of Kazakhstan. Engine anti-ice can come off now, start switch as well. Verify N2 is reducing. Cabin crew doors value cross check. And I won't bother with the air bridge. We didn't start the flight in ZIBO because obviously it broke and started refueling the airplane. What else? Voice recorder on. We can open that and get some nice warm air in the cabin because it is cold out there. AP bleed, crank up the temperatures. Engine 1 and 2 N2 below 20%. And ignition light off. Then we then read the transition down checklist. Come on, you Sky. Give me what I want. 10 out of 10. Full load, 2 tons of luggage. $13,000 made. Beautiful. Great touchdown. Challenging conditions. Yes. Well, I landed a bit too early. That's because I was a bit... What a surprise, I know. I continue my flawless November. 10. 1 month, hopefully this month, a perfect 10. Actually, how did ZIBO rank me? Excellent approach. Excellent landing. 10 stars. You've seen it here. 10 out of 10. New Sky. 10 stars. Full marks. 20 out of 20. Wait, where's my soundboard? It's not even up. I need to do that for the giveaways. Sorry, I'm just gonna... You just can't teach certain skills. This is just unbelievable techers. I mean, you're watching perfection. You can't get any better than this. No stronger performance from any other virtual pilot. I love it. Oh dear. Who would like a chance to win some giveaways, guys? I'm not sure about my parking, but thankfully I'm not scored on that. Amazing. Well, look what we got here. We got wait, 10 Tango. Was that 2 tons in Balkan Fly? Can't remember who was who. I heard Havingstall coming in, but what a fun group flight that was in wintry, freezing conditions. And once again, thank you very much for your patience with the slight delays to start the stream here. Flying sim can't teach this. Also flying sim. I train you pilot fly operator and virtual. No, this is my. I just need to save this stream and remind myself what skills I have. Right, let me get my giveaway up and running here. So I need my wheel of names, and then clear it from last stream as well. There we are, cleared. Let me bring this up as well so it's unriggable. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right then, so you guys know how it works already. Basically, I copy and paste the entire list of everyone in the group flight here, and it always put some blank ones in here, but that's straight away from the list from Discord. We'll roll it twice. Top 2 will get the giveaway. If you're just watching and want to take part in the group flight, obviously it's the way to enter is to kick in. I'll always roll 2 giveaways every time. So here we go. Look, he clicked the rig button. No, I didn't. Sorry about all the ads that pop up as well. There we are. We're spinning. So the winner of the first giveaway is 2 tons. I don't think 2 tons. Have you actually ever won anything? I don't know if you have. 2 tons, a long-standing member of the channel. He's actually won something. I think he's always commented how he's never won anything, but not the case now. He's won. Let's remove you from the list and we'll roll it once more. Is he still here? It's been a few years. There you go. Or 2 tons. Thanks for the $10 you sent via post. It worked. Let's roll it again. Why do it click? There we go. The second giveaway is gonna be. Ooh, it just went over to Martin KL at the end. Oh, Martin KL, you're here, aren't you? I've seen you in chat. Congratulations, you're the winner of the second giveaway. Congratulations. Oh, you are there. Wow, Martin. Martin, thanks for the. Where are you from? You €10, £10? Yeah, received. There we are. That is all complete. So, winners of giveaway, 2 tons, Martin. Choose what you'd like. Sim Market voucher, any builds, any reputable flight sim store I'm able to send a voucher to. Explain gift cards as well. If there's a particular add-on you like in one of those stores, it's the easiest way of doing things. All I need is an email address. But yeah, fantastic. There we are, all round one. Happy days. Perfect. I'm going to shoot off now because I've got a lot to do for the baby and whatnot. We've been away for last night, so otherwise it's been a great fun group flight, and I'm glad everything worked my side, apart from I had a few issues with the mod earlier doing weird things. It worked okay. A few little explainisms today and a few little ZIBO-isms, but overall it communicates things very well. I have to say the turbulence in cloud is a really nice touch now with this version of X-Plane. But yeah, next MogF will be 72. 6-year anniversary, always falls on a December, and because it's a Christmas special, we'll have to find some of winter ops. So put any suggestions in the group flight channel, and you know, as it's a winter one, we sometimes do a slightly longer flight. We could replicate what we did a number of years ago, which is a 2-sector day. Requires a bit of planning and organisation, but happy to do that. But you know, we'll do whatever's easiest for most people. But yeah, it was a great fun ATC. It was great fun group flight, and massive thanks to Kazakhstan VACC, who once they heard that we'd like to take part there. You saw the quality service squad. We had fully staffed ATC purely for our group flight today. So it was a massive commitment from them, and they've all taken their spare time to come online and provide ATC for our group flight. So if you'd like to join temporarily the Kazakhstan Discord server and say thanks, or message them or email them on VACC, that'd be greatly appreciated, because it was a fantastic and realistic service provided from the controllers. But yeah, there we are, another one done. What is it today? It's Sunday. Yeah, won't do a stream tomorrow, but Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm on standby Wednesday, so maybe something then, but you know where I am. Just always feel free to post in destination suggestions, or if you want to see anything in particular, feel free to do so. I'm here at your service. Right then, let's just say thanks to this controller, actually. Just doing a D here, man. Here, Max. Max, thanks for your great ATC service, and to your colleagues. We had a great group flight. Very good. Just message him there. Edo, yeah, very good home email. That's XA Snow, this plugin. Adds snow on top of your textures and Ortho 4XP. It's an absolute must. Very easy to install. Say Spatsia, that's thank you in Russian. Yeah, I think a number of the controllers are Russian, because VACC Kazakhstan falls under the Russian VACC, so it's great that a lot of these guys came on as well. Greg, so we need a 742 livery for model matching. Yeah, a number of you guys are flying the 742 now. Someone can make that, would be wonderful. Steve, fun and entertaining stream as always, and the police have some leads regarding the fuel being stolen. Take care, everyone. Until next time, absolutely. Thank you very much as well. Quite hear thunder, I think. Andy, I've been part of the remote stand on my own. Feel like I've been punished. You've been banished off to the remote stand. Very, very good. Well, thank you very much, guys, for all your kind words as well. Listening to great fun, great airline. Very nice. Thank you. Right. Hopefully Max got the message, but we'll pop off a VATSIM there. Turn off Fly Live, and let's have a look at that 20 out of 20 landing. Right, let me just turn on the funky replay music. Here we go. There we go. What a nasty day here. Drag. Perfect.
400.
Turn up that exterior volume. And there we are over the threshold. Horrible day. Here it comes. 20 out of 20, Steve. Watch this. Bit low the threshold, though. Yeah. I should have done a little bit of left rudder. I think that's just a bit of a sim thing. It's a bit late reacting. The nose wheel was pointing left. It's a bit off centre line. Looks great with the snow, doesn't it? If you ever had questions like this, ask in Discord, guys. You know, everyone's so approachable. If you ever see anything you like on my streams, ask in Discord. How do you get that? Oh, perfect. That's definitely 20 out of 20. Yeah, right, terrible idea. I'll maybe use a bit more left rudder on the flare. Definitely wasn't contaminated the runway. God, how many iterations of the ZIBO one in the Moon must have been? Hundreds. Here we are, still flying this add-on. I don't know how many live streams I've done with the ZIBO. I think it's like 300. It's nearly half the live streams I've done. The ZIBO sitting down after spoiler deflation. Yeah, that's blade element theory and X-plane for you. Such a nice touch. See it here. Do it in slow-mo so you can see it. I love pointing this out. So there's slow-mo, gear touching down. Watch the spoilers deploying. Watch the weight going onto the wheels. That boom. That's so great. I think if I do this, does it work on replay? No, I don't think on replay you get the. Yeah, you can't see any of the flight. Oh, you can. Interesting to see if I can. Whoa, no. Don't think you can on replay. Yeah, it's got a weird look. Oh well. Right, I think you've seen enough 2020 landings. 2020 landings. Let's go back into the wing view. You can see all the lift being dumped and the wing flexing after touchdown, so that's very cool. But yeah, great fun. 71st members only group flight completed successfully here in Kazakhstan. Lovely country, and they do events on ATC, so if you see one on the VATSIM website, give it a go. Somewhere different to fly, isn't it? Fantastic. Well, as ever, you know what I'm going to say. Thank you very much for all of your support as ever. Really appreciate it. Andrews, hopefully still enjoying your time as members. You know I am. But please feel free to DM me and tag me. I'm here at your service. I do my best to get back to DM. Sometimes I get lost, so just message me again if I forgot to message back. Don't mind at all. But yeah, fantastic. 72nd one will organise. I'll find a date in December. I am very busy. I've got Christmas off this year as well, which is very exciting for me and my first Christmas with my daughter. So I'm going to be busy around that period, but I think I can squeeze in something around that time as well. But I'll let you know in Discord. But guys, enjoy what's left of the weekend. Thanks for no Formula 1 spoilers. I'm now going to log off my phone and turn it off so I don't find out what happens and watch the highlights on Channel 4 at 10. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.